There's about 14 ETFs that have hit the market today from 3 different issuers. Those issuers are China Asset Management Company, Harvest Global Investments, and HashKey Exchange. You can see the countdown has started. 4, 3, 2, 1,
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was the first announcement of the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs that began trading on this day, Tuesday, in Hong Kong. Total volume was only about $100 million. Now you compare that to the United States, where the first day of trading, the volume was 4.5 billion. Now, Asia has a much larger crypto user base than anywhere in the world, larger than the US and Europe combined. But remember, China, mainland China, is still not able to trade. I will keep watching the volumes. Moving right along, now hang in there because this is going to take a few winding roads. Ripple announced a new partnership with SBI Japan and the HashKey group. HashKey, the group, has widespread adoption in China, which has its own blockchain-powered supply chain finance solution already. 4,000 companies, 23 banks, 4,300 suppliers, with a total trade of 7 billion USD, and the finance component of that is nearing 3 billion. HashKey Global is massive. They have capital, of course, and an exchange, which was, by the way, one of the first 3 issuers of the Hong Kong ETFs today. They have brokerage, they have cloud, tokenization, NFT, OTC, DID, which is your digital identity, and more. HashKey has 2 operations outside of Hong Kong, one in Singapore and then one in Tokyo. And for Tokyo, it's this HashKey DX that is going to provide the technical support to help get that new software solution off the ground on the XRP ledger. They're experts in planning, system designs, development, and maintenance operations. HashKey has a list of trusted partners that may catch your eye, like WanXiang blockchain. I think many of you have been following ETHgate, recognize that from Prometheum. There is Keiretsu Capital, they backed linked to Alibaba Cloud, which is the new Futureverse partner, and of course Archex, which is really the company behind the latest BlackRock ETF. I knew it wouldn't take long. Cowboy Crypto spotted Prometheum that raised 12 million from HashKey Digital Asset Group back in 2018. So it'll be interesting to me to hear the channels who have gone very deep into ETHgate and Prometheum, what their stance will be on this partnership. My guess is they're not going to address it at first. Now, Yassine Mubarak asked if Ripple was now developing a solution for the supply chain finance that will directly compete with the XDC network. In some ways, yes. I think, now this is my opinion, it looks like a form of loan credit funding of receivables for enterprise clients on the XRP ledger. What you probably have noticed is the big players, I'm talking the serious big players that are dominating and starting to absolutely control this space. All right, I'm moving along. This is something I just couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this letter from Ripple to Scott Chamberlain of Evernote. It was a reply that he was not chosen to speak at Apex this year. And it went on to say towards the end, we ask that you do not register for Apex unless you have a manager approval. You can imagine how shocked I was. But I later found out that Hazard Cookie, a developer advocate at Ripple, said that this was a mistake, that it's a line left over from the email that was sent to Ripple employees. Wow, not a good mistake. We're going to finish this video with something very cool that Hugo has his eye on for data coming from the Bitcoin blockchain, and then also somebody who's working very hard to make the user interface for FASSETS very easy to use. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
So we're shipping all our data protocols this year, and our 2 bridges, one for non-smart contract tokens and one for smart contract tokens. I think, come and have a look at what we're doing. One of the areas that I'm quite interested in talking to Dan about recently, got a new gig, is, what we can do with Bitcoin data and what products can be built like data from the Bitcoin blockchain.
The Flare community is a big deal for us. We have a really amazing, engaged, supportive community. And so looking at their expectations and hopes around what would be and what they would need in the product was priority number 1. Shortly after that, we're looking at expanding beyond the existing Flare community. So what would people want to know who are Web3 native, who aren't familiar with Flare or FASSETS? So making sure that we had materials for them to understand what it is, why they would use it, and how it works. And then we also had a lot of deeper discussions with the documentation team at Flare, refining what information belongs on FASSETS itself versus what kind of deeper dive questions belong in the supporting documentation. So we're looking at what we kind of landed at is the things that are on FASSETS are things that a first-time user is going to want to see. And then when you go through the minting and impulse flows themselves, what are the things that you want to see each time you complete a transaction? So we're thinking about transparency. When you complete a mint flow, we show 8 different statuses as your funds are being transferred. So we're super transparent, and it's also really clear where, what things are happening and what's going on. Also, the collateral pools is a little less technical to use than minting. So collateral pools are a nice way for someone who might be a little bit newer to participate and earn rewards. And then once they get more comfortable, then they can move into minting whenever they're ready.